News Channel 11 Sports with Nick Dugan.
Well, the Tennessee men tied their best start in program history yesterday with a win, moving to 14-0. This afternoon, the Lady Vols looking to do the very same against a top 10 opponent. Head coach Kim Caldwell in her first year with her first SEC home tests against the Sooners. Had a slight lead much of the first half, but Talaysia Cooper picks the pocket, showing off that press-style defense. Lady Vols down 46-39 at the break. Skip to the fourth quarter. The visitors' lead was double digits much of the half, but now it's just 8. But a look inside to Reagan Beers, and 1-13 for her. But this one is far from over. It's now 85-81 with under 75 seconds to play. The full court press works again. Cooper steals and coasts in 2 of her 16. It's a 4-point game now again. The Lady Vols get it back. Jewel Spear was unconscious in the fourth. It's now a 1-point game. After a shot clock violation, Tennessee with a chance to win it. Sarah Puckett with the open look, but it clanks off the back iron, and that will do it. The comeback of the Lady Vols falls just short. Oklahoma wins it 87-86. Down in Florida, Miami and Virginia Tech meeting in the women's game after the men topped the Canes yesterday in Blacksburg. Miami in front early. The Hokies closing in. Drive and dish. Karis Baker hits a corner 3. In the second now, they're deadlocked at 25 until a VT steal in transition. Carly Wenzel fires from the hip and hits. It's a tie ball game at the half. In the third quarter, the Canes outscored the Hokies 23-16. Cameron Williams in her bag of post moves. She led Miami with 15 and 10 boards. The lead was double digits, but here comes Tech. Matilda Eck spotting up, makes it a 9-point game. Then down 2, about a minute to play, and it's back to Baker, who was dialed in. She had a game-high 23 points as VT picks up its first ACC win, 68-64. Back here in Johnson City, Saturday was a day of massive momentum swings inside Freedom Hall as ETSU came out on the short end of an 81-78 decision against Wofford. An early Bucks deficit eventually turned into a 9-point advantage at its peak in the first half, but a few easy buckets for the Terriers just before the break started a 20-4 run, and by the end of it, Wofford found itself up 11, and they would never trail again. Now, the Terriers teetered at the end, struggling with ball security and at the free throw line. They made just 14 of 29 from the stripe, but their 8 offensive rebounds allowed them to squeak out the game that Brooks Savage knows his team had to have at home.
Got to. I just told him good luck winning it. Can't lose a home game. It's just, you would think that an old team would understand that. You know, I think they do, but the inability to do what we needed to do to win the game did us in. So, I mean, it is deflating to be sitting here and talking about free throw line blockout.
Savage said the Terriers for sure out-physicaled his group in the loss. It's an off day today before getting ready for Mercer starting tomorrow. It's been more than 100 years since the Vols won 14 straight games to open a season. A dominant win over Arkansas yesterday afternoon got them back to that mark. Once again, Chaz Lanier led all scorers with a season-high 29 points for his third straight 20-plus point performance. The fifth-year guard is also the SEC's leading scorer, averaging more than 20 points per game. Rick Barnes says that success has a lot to do with who Lanier is off the court, a selfless guy. It makes his teammates support his success that much more.
He's an incredible human being that wants to be coached, and I mean, you guys are here. I'm on him and going to stay on him, but he's shown nothing but great respect, great humility, and the fact that when you're like that, I think your teammates, they want to see you do well, and there's not one selfish thing about him. And matter of fact, they would tell you if you're not getting by people, it's because you're turning down shots. You know, they want them to shoot it.
They'll need him again against a ranked Florida squad in the Swamp on Tuesday. One last go for the Tennessee Titans this season. Depending on how the cards fell, they could have the #1 pick in the 2025 NFL Draft locked up by dinner time. Brian Callahan and crew would need to lose for that to happen in those sweet Oilers throwbacks. Second quarter, Texans up 7-0 when Tameon Pierce finds a seam, exploits it, and now it's a foot race to the end zone. He's nearly going to get caught down there, but he'll go all the way 92 yards. 14-0, the Texans are on top. It's 16-6 in the fourth. A jet sweep handoff going to be dropped back there, and then VFL Derek Barnett, the former first-round pick of the Eagles, is on it and rumbling back into the paint. Gets a block, breaks a tackle, but he gets there. It's 23-6. It's all but done, except Will Levis. Well, he has got one more heave in him. Tosses this one up for Tay Martin, who's going to swoop in underneath at the last moment for his first career NFL touchdown of 49 yards. Titans come up short 23-14, and they are now on the clock with the first overall pick in April's draft. VFL Joe Milton, a big day for the Patriots as Gerard Mayo on his way out. We'll have more on that coming up tonight at 11.